In your exam, with statistic, there is one item that shows up all the time, and we're going to see it here. FIDA owns a forest. The heights of the trees in the forest of this type are usually normally distributed with a mean height of 360 and a standard deviation of 27. Now, our keyword, once we see normally distributed and we are given the mean and the standard deviation, what that refers to is the graph of normal distribution, with the mean being in the middle, so that's my 360, and then standard deviation of 27 going in each direction. So once I see that, I know that that's what we are talking about. Now, when it comes to this graph, there are two aspects that we can consider. Either we can consider the area under the graph, which is as well probability, or we can consider a specific place in that graph, meaning the data. Here, the data is what? Height. Isn't it? Height of the trees. That is the data. Now, the bridge between probability and the data is the z-score. So in your question, in this type of question, once you see those aspects, you know it's going to be about either finding probability or finding the data. So let's see what we are looking for here. One tree is picked at random from this forest. Find the probability. Okay, so I'm looking for probability, therefore they must have given me data. And the data is what about the height of the tree? That the height of the tree is between 330 and 390. So they did give me a data, 330 and 390. Now, when you are given a data, you're going to do the trip to the probability. If you are given two data, that trip, this direction, will happen twice. How do we do that trip? How do we go from data to finding the probability? So going from the data to finding the z-score, we use the formula. And that formula is in your table. Let's just open to statistics, which is pretty far. Oh, I missed that. There it is, page 34. That is the formula for the z-score. So that z-score, that's the formula we're going to be using. So that is the bridge between them. So here, going from the data to the z-score, we use formula. And then once we have the z-score to read the probability, then we will go to the table and we read that. Meaning once we have the z-score, that's where we look for the z-score, is on 2 pages. And then all these numbers here, that is the probability. Now, something to note, that look at that, the lowest value we can find is 0.5, meaning 50%, because the data starts here. On the half of it, that's my 50%. Now, one thing about this graph is that it's symmetrical. So it doesn't matter whether I'm looking for something on this side or that side, it is symmetrical. Okay, so let's now consider where our data is in the overall picture, because that will give us a better idea. So this is 360, so 330 will be somewhere here, and then 390 will be somewhere on the other side. So what I'm looking for is this area here. Now, how do I find this area? Take into the fact that probability only starts from 50. The way we do that, we work our plan. Now, let's move that part to slightly lower. So we work out our plan. What I can read from the table is I can read this area here for probability. Now, I don't need all of that area. If I could read this area, well, therefore, if I take away the 2, I am left with the area in the middle, isn't it? So that's my 330. But I know that in my table, I'm only reading probability from this side. But because this graph is symmetrical, I can flip it. I can flip it and get this part on this side. Now, what I am going to read from the table, now let me just move stuff around here. Okay. Now, what I can read from the table is this probability. But I need this tiny bit because this tiny bit, that's the bit I want. And when I take it away from this one, I'm going to get the area I'm looking for in the middle. So from everything, all probability, meaning 100%, we're going to take the probability that we're going to read from the table, and therefore that will give me that little probability that I am looking for, and it will fit here. So this is my plan of calculation. That I'm going to read from the table, then I'm going to have the flipping part, so 1 minus what I'm going to read, then from those two subtract, and I'm going to get the probability. But now back to our trip. So I'm taking my data into the Z formula to find the value of Z, to go to the table and read probability. So that means for 330, that's my value of X here, minus, that's the mean, 360, and that standard deviation, which was 27. And we put that in the calculator, we press equal, and what do we get? We get minus 1.11. Why do we get the minus? Because that's where it is. And anything on this side of the mean will give me a negative z-score. But that's okay, because like we said, the graph is symmetrical. Now in our table, I'm going to be looking for the positive 1.1. So that's what we got here. That's the z that I got here, minus 1.11. But I am going to go to the table and read and look for 1.11, and that will give me that p here. So let's go to the table. Let's find that. So 1.0, so the next page, 1.118665. Let's take that. So that is 08665. Did I got that right? 8665, yes. So now 1 minus 0.8665 will give me the value of 0.1335. So that's my little part here, 0.1335. Now I'm looking for that value here, that probability. So again, this time we are subbing into my formula 390. So 390, and again, we put that in the calculator, we press equal, and what do we get here? That is 1.11. Okay, so that is the value that we just found, 0.8665. So that is my 0.8665. So those are the two values. So if from 0, all of that area, take away that little area, put that in my calculator, press equal, and I get 0.733. Like I'm saying, for you to know that that's what we are using, that word normally distributed, the mean, the standard deviation, it's pointing us to that. So we know it's about either probability on the data. Okay, let's have a look at the part 2. And usually in your question, when you have part A and then you have part 1, and like here, you have part 2, usually it will be the same. That will be about either the probability or the data with the z-score is the bridge between those two. So let's have a look. That's our main view. The population, 360 is the mean. The shortest, smallest 5% of the trees in the forest are not sent to the factory when the forest is harvested, as they are not tall enough. 5%. What is the minimum height? So what are we looking for? The data. Why? Because the data here is the height. So they are saying, what is the minimum height? Therefore, we are looking for data. That means they must have given us probability. So what is the minimum height that a tree needs to be in order for it to be sent to the factory when the forest is harvested? So the probability given to us is that 5%. But where is our 5% here? The numbers are growing, isn't it? So the smallest tree with the smallest height will be here. So that's my 5% here. Yeah, on this side, that's how the numbers are growing. So on this side, I have the high trees. Here I have the smallest tree. So that is the probability given to me. So again, how do I do this strip? I go to the table, take my probability, find the z-score, and then use that z-score in the formula to find the data. Okay, we know that we're not going to find 5 because we understand at this stage that it only starts here at 0.5. But like we said, we can flip it. If that is our 5%, what I'm looking for here is what? 95%. So I'm looking for value 0.95 or the value that is closest to 0.95. Okay, let's go to our table and let's have a look. So 0.95, let's see, there it is, 9505. So the z value is 1.65. 1.65. So that's our z-score. Let's take our formula for the z-score because that's now how we're going to find the data. So 1.65 equals x is what I'm looking for minus the mean of 360 and divided by standard deviation of 27. To eliminate the denominator, we multiply both sides by the denominator, so 27 is gone. So I have 27 multiplied by 1.65 equal the top of the fraction x minus 360. Now I'm moving that 360 to the other side of the equation, therefore changing the sign. And then I'm putting that in the calculator, I'm pressing equal, and I am getting that it is 15.45. So that is the height. My apologies, it's not 15. I copied wrong, 315.45. Yes, I forgot to mention here, because the z-value, the z-score is on this side, that z-score here has to be negative. Yeah, because all the z-scores on this side of the mean are negative in value. Now, this is how you can make assessment of your answer. When I wrote 15, I know that I didn't copy my number correctly because I know if the mean height of the tree is 360, well, 15 is a little bit too little. So very quickly, I can discover where my mistake was because I can make an assessment of my answer. And simple thing like a minus in front of a number can do that difference.